Ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about it before that if you want to be at the very top of the leaderboard, there are usually two ways to go about it. And one way is to play a very extreme meta team and basically outplay your opponents. The other way is to play usually two meta and one extremely volatile mon. Catch one of the basically catch out a mon with your volatile mon to really gain some huge energy or shield advantage to allow the rest of your team to succeed. So today's video is going to be about that latter version, and we're going to be going over some games from Paulasha. She hit rank 9 on the leaderboard with, I think it was 3216 rating. This is from yesterday, so there could be an update to the ratings today, but she actually used Shadow Typhlosion. Now, if you remember, Shadow Typhlosion got a new move this season with Thunder Punch, giving it a lot of that extra coverage that could allow it to succeed a little bit more in the Open Great League. It already has Incinerate, the best fire fast attack, and Blast Burn, basically the best fire charge attack. So it's got a lot of things going for it, but it is super frail. And if it's ever in a bad matchup, it's really going to get pretty dominated. So we're going to go over two sets here today that Paulasha did on her stream. I will get that stream information into the description. In fact, I'll do that right now as we transition over. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much here on the channel with the YouTube algorithm. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so the team is going to be that Shadow Typhlosion in the front, and actually... Oh wait, are we using Incinerate? Give me 1 second, let me see. Okay, so we have the nameplates there on the left, we have the correct mon. The team that Paulasha was using on her stream was Typhlosion, Shadow Typhlosion with Incinerate, Thunder Punch, Blast Burn as we went over, but also the rest of the team is going to be Registeel and Shadow Gligar. Shadow Gligar, most of the time, going to be the safe swap. Again, we have gone over this in the past, but Shadow Gligar is probably the safest mon and maybe the best mon in Open Great League. So it can always be added to almost any team. Obviously, if you have extreme weaknesses to like ice, you don't want to add in a Gligar to that. But yeah, and then Registeel is, while it's number 1, I think, on PB Poke for Open Great League, you don't actually see it that much. So it is an interesting mon to be using here. She obviously picked it. It's very bulky, has huge moves in Focus Blast and Zap Cannon. Gets to those moves pretty fast with the energy generation lock on. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Gonna be Quagsire here in the front. Obviously, Quagsire is actually really good against the whole team, so that can be pretty dangerous here. You're obviously not going to get KO'd by one Aqua Tail, so she's going to allow that to come through. They end up switching into their own Gligar, and we do have an energy lead, but we are actually pretty close to... I think we actually might be in KO range of one Aerial Ace here. And they're not going to be in one Aerial Ace themselves, but we're hoping that maybe with the extra fast attacks that they will be in range, and they actually look like they're pretty close to range, if not one Aerial Ace away from getting KO'd here. I'm sorry, one Aerial Ace and one... Ooh, and we're probably at 1 HP here. Have to let this go. Gonna come in with, I think, Typhlosion, get a huge energy lead here. Could shield this one. Just to... Oh, it's an Aerial Ace. Yeah, okay. I'm counting as well. Alright, they come back in with Quagsire. We do have the Blast Burn here. Going to be doing a lot of damage, even though they are a Water Mon. They do resist it. Going to come in with Registeel now. We're kind of hoping they don't have Mud Bomb. I know in our last video we used Mud Bomb, so hopefully they don't have Mud Bomb, which would be super effective against the Steel typing of Registeel. They do only have Aqua Tail, which is nice. So it is neutral against Registeel, but they are going to... we are going to be able to survive. So going to go up to max energy here. Don't go over the Zap Cannon as it is resisted. Although I think they live one Focus Blast? Yeah, by quite a margin, to be honest. Gonna try to get to another one. Now, I don't think an Aqua Tail will KO here. The question is, do they have two, which they should, and are they going to throw both, which means, oh, interesting shield here. A switch is up for us. We could even switch in and try to Blast Burn this down. We don't get the Blast Burn down, but they haven't switched out. It could be something like a Skarmory in the back. Obviously, that would be really good with Quagsire. Is that going to be enough? Ends up being a Mantine in the back. So Zap Cannon double super effective is an amazingly strong move. So probably one shots. Wow. Wow. Okay, Whimsicott here in the front. They do switch into their own Typhlosion, but we do have an energy lead for the Incinerates. Obviously, we are able to throw one turn before them, so we'll always be ahead of them on Incinerate damage or Incinerate generation. They actually try to CMP us. We win CMP with a higher attack stat. I was going to say the Whimsicott there in the front, all three of our Mon are good against it, so no need to really try to save the Typhlosion for it. We've actually gained 2 shields. They're probably going to get both of those shields back, to be honest. We're going to go for a big farm down, I would think. Could even throw the Aerial Ace, but I like going for a big farm down here. This is going to be just a Thunder Punch since they showed the damage on the other one. And yeah, now we have a shield advantage. We have a huge lead on Gligar. Gonna go for the dig here. Usually, Jellicent is really good against Gligar, but we have such a huge energy advantage that we can actually just go for the shield and continue that energy advantage. And if they ever switch in, we can just switch to our own Registeel. Now, the interesting thing is that Registeel's moves, while they are all resisted by Whimsicott, we're obviously resisting everything it does as well. So going to get a little bit of chip, and by a little bit of chip, I mean 70% of its HP, and then coming with a Registeel in there, just going to quit. All right, Gligar. So the good things we have going for us here in this matchup, we have Incinerate. It is a huge damaging move, and we can actually end up going for the Thunder Punch here, even though it is still resisted, because we're going to be able to do a lot of damage to it. And now we do have to go for the second one, otherwise they're going to get it to another Aerial Ace. We do win switch at the cost of a shield. They end up coming in with a Guzzlord. We go into our neutral matchup of Shadow Gligar, which again is a very good swap into most things, even in the neutral scenarios. We do want Registeel on this at the end of the day, but we can definitely just do a decent amount of damage here for the Gligar against the Guzzlord. What to say? They still have a decent amount of energy. Oh, no, they got KO'd on their Gligar. That's right. We can wait the timer out because we did switch and they did not, so we don't want to get our Registeel locked in to a bad matchup for too long. We can definitely go for the Focus Blast. It's going to be super effective. It's going to one-shot the Magnezone. So the question is, are we going to take a move on the Registeel and then swap, or just swap and try to catch it with a Incinerate? Probably... Oh, gonna let it go. Okay, gonna call the Mirror Shot. Although, gonna get KO'd still by that, by the Volt Switch. Probably have to shield if you're gonna call a Wild Charge. It ends up being a Wild Charge. They're gonna get another one. This might KO. Shadow Magnezone is just huge. Okay, gonna throw this. Guzzlord has more than 1 HP though, if I remember, so probably this is gonna be a loss. But a close game nonetheless. A very tough game. Guzzlord looking to do kind of a lot of damage against 2 of our Mon, and then we're not able to get the Regi onto it in a perfect scenario. So, Deoxys. So, in Open Great League, most of the time they're running Thunderbolt on Defense Deoxys. We do bait the Blast Burn. Gonna have to call this. They could get to a double Psycho Boost here, and I wonder if we are scared of this second Psycho Boost. We are. Probably not going to be scared of the third. We can definitely go for an extra Incinerate still. Again, the timing for a 5-turn move against a 2-turn move is we can do odd numbers on our Incinerate, as that'll be 5 and then 15 turn number, and then they are on 2-turn move. Same for Gligar here. So they're always going to end up on an even number, so you want to be in between those even numbers. Their Gligar ends up getting a decent farm down. We are going to live this Aerial Ace, and we are going to be able to throw our own Aerial Ace at this. So we want to get this as low as possible because Registeel will be able to basically farm it down if we can get it super low. And hopefully we're not going to end up taking a dig. It does look like we might even survive this, although I think we'll get Wing Attack down still before they do. We do get the lock-on energy advantage here, though, which is nice. They have a Pachirisu. One thing to note on Pachirisu is that it can't get to 1500, so I assume this is a level 50 Best Buddy, considering they're the Best Buddy tag at 1388. But another thing to really note is that Pachirisu only has electric moves. It's an electric type that only has electric moves. So not going to be able to hit us for anything super effective. We can definitely go for the double Focus Blast. Again, Focus Blast is such a strong damaging move that 2 are going to be able to KO. Even this level 51. Alright, Empoleon. Actually a really, really good matchup for Typhlosion, even though it is a water type. It's taking neutral damage from the Incinerates, considering that it's also a steel type on the Empoleon side. And it's throwing a steel type fast attack in Steel Wing, so we are resisting that as Typhlosion. So all we really need to do is shield up the charge attacks, which is going to be Hydro Cannon, and you're going to be totally okay doing fast attack damage to the Empoleon. Looks like we're going to go for a bit of a farm down. No, we're not. Okay. Interesting to go for the Zap Cannon here. Must be that just in case they do shield, we get the lower damage. The possibility of lowering their attack, 50% chance. Okay, going to come back in with Typhlosion. They do have a bit of an energy lead, which is unfortunate. Definitely going to have to shield. Remember that also if shields are down, we do have Thunder Punch, which is going to be super effective against Empoleon as well. They do end up coming in with a Mandibuzz. We do, again, Thunder Punch, super effective against Mandibuzz as well. At some point, we are going to want to switch into Gligar, probably after this next Thunder Punch, because they can definitely get a move off in between our next move if they want. So yeah, perfect. So Gligar just going to kind of soak up a lot of this damage. You're probably going to save your shield for Typhlosion at the end of the day. Going to need that shield against Empoleon. As we said before, it has Hydro Cannon, which is going to one-shot Empoleon. We definitely don't want that. I guess my camera's been in the wrong direction this whole time. Alright, it's fixed now. Kind of. Why wouldn't it move? Okay. This matchup's going to take a while anyways. Again, we're just going to let Gligar go. There we go. Perfect. Now, if they do get to a move, we're going to have to shield. But luckily enough, we only have to get to 2 Thunder Punches, which I think we're 1 Incinerate away from getting there. Yeah, and then double Thunder Punch this Empoleon, and that'll be GG. Is Mandibuzz still alive at 1 HP in the back? I think it is. But that's fine. We can Incinerate it down. They did use the last of its energy to throw that move at us while we still had a shield. Oh, no, it is already KO'd. Okay. Okay, Giratina in the front is awkward for us. Actually, quite bad. Unfortunately for them, we do get to this Gligar really fast. Before they can get to a move, we are able to throw this dig that is able to one-shot. And if they do come back in with the Giratina, at least we'll be able to throw Aerial Aces into it, I guess. I guess we could throw the dig. This is Ominous Wind, no? I guess they stayed in for a second more, so it could be Shadow Ball. Good call. Now we can make a call. I think we should probably just go Aerial Aces. That way, if they do shield, that we can get another one off. And if they don't shield, it actually is a lot of damage. So this is Ominous Wind for sure. Do we live in Ominous Wind? Probably not. We're Shadow, and they're very high attack stats. So it is pretty low. I guess we can come back in with Typhlosion, even though these are resisted. Still, Incinerate is a very strong move and going to be able to do enough. And then Carbink and Registeel is just a domination of a matchup. All right, Charizard. We do have Thunder Punch. Interesting. We go for bad timing here, which I guess is fine. It's going to be able to one-shot. But now the Dragon Claws are really scary. I wonder if we're going to try to catch a Dragon Claw onto Gligar, or if we're just going to go for this. I guess we're going to shield. We're going to go for one more Incinerate, then a Thunder Punch, and then maybe one more. Or swap to Gligar. I feel like we should be swapping to Gligar, but I guess we're going to let this Typhlosion go down. They do have to throw a move. Okay. Actually could end up locking this down, right? Because its fast attack is going to be Wing Attack, which is going to be resisted. I really like coming in here with Registeel. All right, shields are all down. They come in with their own Registeel. We can definitely go for Focus Blast or Zap Cannon. So one thing to note is it's always going to take 2 moves to KO the Registeel anyways. So going to go for that Zap Cannon there. They're definitely going to go for the Focus Blast just to do the extra damage. But we can definitely get a little bit of extra energy. Again, we did like 3 lock-ons. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. Even though we're seeing some lag here, I mean, GBL's not in the best state right now. So we do get a little bit of energy lead on that. They can throw before us. Ooh, they have Mirror Shot as well. Okay. We don't get KO'd by 1 Power Whip, so but 2 definitely will be enough. So can we go for a dig and an Aerial Ace here? Is that what's going to go? Is that what's going to happen? So we're going for at least 1 Aerial Ace. I guess if this does more than 50% of the HP, no, we have to go for dig, right? 2, 3, CMP. Perfect. Oh my gosh, so good. Yeah, and this is going to KO for sure. Yeah. All right. Nice, nice. Superior. Kind of all of our mana good against Superior. I do like coming with a Registeel heal. Here, it is just a harder counter than Gligar. Gligar, at the end of the day, is still taking a lot of damage from, I guess, the fast attack, whereas that fast attack, look at this, not really doing anything to the Registeel. And we get the attack drop, which means the next Zap Cannon is going to bring it super low, and probably we're going to end up farming it all the way down with lock-ons. We could even undercharge a little bit on this Zap Cannon if we think it'll KO. I don't think it'll actually KO, but I do like going for the Great here. This is a big farm down. They do get the second attack drop, so it doesn't really matter that it's going to take us a while to farm it down. They're going to get another move off, but it's really not going to do a lot. Again, Registeel does resist everything, and the attack is dropped twice. So, huge Zap Cannon, or I'm sorry, huge amount of energy here to go for either the Zap Cannon or the Focus Blast. Going for the Focus Blast because it is neutral against the Superior, and they're going to it's just GG. Stunfisk is a weird matchup here. It actually is very good against our line. We are ABA weak against it. We can shield this, and then we can decide whether or not... I don't think we really want to go for baits. It does triple resist. It does triple resist the Thunder Punch. So we do get the energy there. Probably just going to let this go, I think. Oh, really? I guess we're 1 away from the next Blast Burn, so we can just go full Shields Down. I wonder if the Shields Down scenario is because Gligar is so good against Shields Down, but really Registeel is insane against Shields Down, right? They do end up coming in with a Powder Snow variant of the Shadow Alola Ninetales, which obviously is double super effective against Gligar, but we were able to get a dig off. They're not going to be able to farm us down. We still are going to make it to this Aerial Ace. They go for perfect energy management on their side. CMP, they know they win CMP, and it allows the most amount of damage to go into their Ninetales before we're basically going to be able to farm this down with Typhlosion. That Incinerate probably KO'd this. Do we live like a Psyshock? Yeah, we do. So, unfortunately, I feel like they're going to be able to farm us down before we get to a move here. But they do allow the switch to come up, which is nice. And even though Stunfisk is good against Registeel, they did show a Mantine there, which means that we are going to be able to throw whenever we want. They're not going to be able to catch, and we're definitely just going to be able to throw this Focus Blast and KO this Stunfisk, and then their Mantine is going to take... We go up to the full energy. I was going to say take double super effective, but can they make it to a Water Pulse? We did go up to max energy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like this is Water Pulse. Oh, it's Aerial Ace. Okay, well, we win. I feel like... Oh, maybe they were only at 6. Maybe I miscounted. Oh, they would have been only at 6. You're right. Okay. All right, another Giratina lead. We do the same thing we did last time, but they have a Charmalola Ninetales in the back, so this is a lot different. So usually they do want to shield on the Charm version because they don't have the double super effective. They don't end up shielding, but it's okay. We'll get to basically 3 of these moves, I believe. Wait, what? How much HP do we have here? Oh, they let it go. Interesting. It's actually really interesting because we're not actually that good against Giratina. Is it actually going to be double Charm? It could be double Charm, which would be okay for us. We have 2 things that are good against Charm, but we have 2 things that are not really good against this Giratina. Probably going to come in with the Registeel. There's a Furret there on the screen. Don't worry about that. That's from her stream. And yeah, they are able to Shadow Ball. They have seen our whole team, which is interesting, but yeah, we're going to go to Shield Parity here. I wonder if they're going to shield the Zap Cannon or not. We definitely don't want to throw Focus Blast. It is double resisted. Definitely go for the single resisted move. They're very frail Mon at the end of the day. I wonder if we're just going to let this go on the Registeel or if we're going to go for the shields. Okay, we go for shields. Really going to hope this Shadow Ball and not Ominous Wind. Okay, perfect. They do know our count, so we definitely want to throw in between a move, which is lucky for us that we have a 1-turn move. And we can throw in between their moves. It doesn't KO, but it almost does. Oh, they have Carbine Care in the back. Yeah, Blast Burn is resisted, Thunder Punch not resisted, and we can probably get 2 Thunder Punches off. Actually, I don't even think we will. Oh, are we going to go for the Blast Burn? Yeah, that's going to be GG. Tough Mon in the back. Oh, it was Double Fairy in the back, though. Oh, this is good. Now we can see what she was at. It was 32-16. I did say that, and I was going to look it up at the end of the video, but I forgot we left that in to show there. So, perfect. You know what's funny? It shows her trying to look for another game after that, but she basically only did those 2 sets because when you're at that high of a rating, rank 9 on the leaderboard, or even anywhere on the first couple pages, it can be really hard to find a game. So I think she actually only found like 1 or 2 more games after that, and it took like 20 or something more minutes. It can be crazy when you're at the top. The queue times are just kind of insane. So, all right, thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the like button if you like this video, or the thumbs up, I guess. And then, yeah, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you also haven't, check out Paulasha's Twitch channel. It's in the comments below, but or in the description below, sorry. And it's www.twitch.tv/Paulasha97. From what I've seen, she battles basically every day on that channel. So you can definitely catch her. The streams are in English, even though she is from Spain.
Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button.
English, so
you'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.